Welcome to a great new adventure of Wild of the World. In this episode you'll see a part of our journey along the west coast of Australia, and we do this with a rental camper that we got from WA Experts in Western Australia. It's a sick 4x4 with a rooftop tent, so full of adventure. Last time you saw us in Malaysia, we made a big trip through the country from the city to the jungle and through the mountains to tropical islands. But we're leaving Asia for a brand new continent. It's been a heck of a journey, guys. Only 2 days ago we were still laying on the poolside on Langkawi in West Malaysia, the island. And from there we took 3 airplanes. First to Kuala Lumpur, then to Singapore, and now we are in Perth, and this is where the adventure starts. We slept in this little hotel last night, only for 1 night, because now we're gonna pick up our 4x4 camper van with a rooftop tent and start our trip in West Australia. First we take a taxi to the big city of Perth, because over there Brendan gives us an extensive briefing about this amazing new Toyota Hilux with literally everything you need. How cool are those rooftop tents? On our way to the south we first do some shopping, and then we look for the perfect spot to spend the night. This, guys, is Bunbury Beach, where we enjoy our first Australian sunset. Here we go, guys, for the first night. What an adventure. The first time in the rooftop sleeper on the camper. Loving it.
Good night.
Good night. Oh, our first night in the rooftop sleeper was superb. And even though it's a little bit colder outside, there's no sun, inside the tent it was really warm. The 3 of us, we lied close together and it was really romantic. So now we're gonna have some breakfast and drive on. This is Bunbury. You already saw some nice images here of the beach, and we're gonna drive on to Margaret River, which will be the most southern point of our trip along the west coast. From the town of Bunbury we drove about half an hour to an hour more south, and over there we find Busselton, and here begins our wonderful trip in Margaret River, the most southwestern point of the entire Australia. And I wanted to show you one thing first, this awesome feature of my camper while we're setting camp in the woods here at a beautiful place. Look at this. Whoop! I have a dry spot. Let it rain. If you go camping in Australia, the Wikicamps app is indispensable. They got all the campsites on the map, but also free spots in nature like this one. In the forest we see many Australian magpies and also these ringneck parrots.
Oh, how we love the great outdoors. This place is almost too relaxed to leave behind, but Southwest Australia's most beautiful beaches are waiting.
One of the most beautiful spots that you can find in Margaret River and that we're going to explore today is called Meelup Regional Park. It's a nice natural area along the coast with some beautiful beaches, boulders on the beaches and pretty views. And the rock at the end is called Castle Rock, and this is Castle Rock Beach for a nice walk towards a nice view. We drove just a little bit further in Meelup Regional Park, and these blue bays are amazing. I'm standing on Point Piquet and this is the view. Oh my god.
Off the shores you can spot whales here. And in the bushes I spot this blue-tongued skink. What a cool animal. This route along the coast to Margaret River is one of the most beautiful road trips in all of Australia. A little bit further we drive along the famous Eagle Bay.
What a perfect day, guys. Well, it's almost perfect because when the sun is shining, I'm in the mood for an ice cold beer. And I think we found them, a lot of them. We're at Eagle Bay Brewing Company for some craft beers from this region. For 16 Aussie dollars we get this tray of beers, and they're all from inside the brewery, different craft beers. I'm starting with this Kolsch. Amazing. And we got some food to go with it, so I think it's very cheap, right? Like 10 US dollars. At most places in West Australia, it's easy to find a free campsite, either one at the roadside or in the wild, like yesterday in the beautiful woods. But today in Margaret River it's a bit different with all the vineyards and the private properties, so we had to get a paid one for about 30 Aussie dollars, which is about 20 US bucks, and you get a really big campsite, a playground for him and a shower for us. What What I always love about Australia is all the wild animals around us, and even on the campsite we saw a lot already this morning. I woke up from the sound of a kookaburra, which is an amazing sound like you're in the middle of the jungle, and on the way to the toilets I saw a ring-tailed possum in the trees, which is very rare during the day.
A bizarre sound, right? And we even see several kookaburras this morning.
We enjoyed those craft beers yesterday, but today it's time to meet the real treat of Margaret River because it's famous for the wines. You'll see so many vineyards driving these beautiful country roads. And today we're gonna team up with some friends that we met earlier in Thailand, Lennart and Marike, and we're gonna have a little wine tasting at the oldest vineyard in the entire area. It's Vasse Felix, so let's have some wine.
The wine tasting is completely free, in the hope of course that you will take one of the delicious local wines home afterwards. And we're just moving on to the next one. And then we drive into town at Margaret River to look for a cozy diner. These lucky bastards are driving the same beautiful route back to Perth, where the next adventure awaits us.
Wow guys, what a start of the day. We're heading towards Perth with the camper, and on the way I saw about 100 kangaroos hopping by into the farms and in the meadows. So I went up close to film them, and on the way I already saw some pelicans, some black cockatoos. It's an animal paradise and a lot of flies here. Wow.
In the next episode, watch us discover Perth and then sail to Rotnest Island in search of the cutest animals on the planet. So subscribe and follow us on this epic journey. Ciao!